If you're close to the lifeguard post, I seen one out there in an uncovered boat. If you find it, bring it here. Just be careful.
Danko was one of them, and he was young and handsome. Handsome people are always courageous. And he said to his comrades,
Captain, a difficult stretch ahead. Should we go around?
A difficult stretch, you say? We'll manage. We can't afford to lose a whole day.
We might lose a lot more if it's as bad as it looks.
My crew has been through a lot worse than that. And they can certainly manage that little patch of ice.
But, sir, isn't it better to avoid difficulties altogether if we can?
Are you suggesting I shouldn't have faith in my crew?
It's not about trust, sir. It's about common sense.
And do you think it makes common sense to navigate the Arctic for 20 years in a row?
Can't you see there is real danger up ahead?
Are you losing your courage? Have you been testing your rod again? Don't you know it's not the rod, it's the dowser? Just go to your cabin. You'll be safe there.
This is insane.
A divining rod. A stick. It doesn't matter what kind, it's immaterial. What matters is you. You just need to tell yourself to find water. Send this thought to the rod, and that's it. It works best when you can wander around fields and forests by yourself, letting your senses take over. But when you're followed by a crowd, finding water can be difficult. For this reason, many expert dowsers search for water secretly, at odd hours, in order to get the privacy they need.
Check it out! Where the cables hold!
Yeah, it's all right. We almost got it up. Come on, just a little more.
Wait, the stopper keeps sliding off! Damn it, this sucks. This one is empty as well. Everything I got out of the others I put into the diving suit. There is enough oxygen for about 5 minutes. All right, we've got what we've got. Hope it's enough. Go to the elevator, I'm sending it down. Be careful when getting out of the elevator. The water is real murky. Turn left immediately and look for me. I'll be in the boat. You were on the upper decks back then, and we're all down here. So we're just sitting here minding our own business, and then, holy, the water just, wham, came pouring in. Wait up! I'll lower the gates. All of it. Rivets, bolts, screws, everything. Rags. I mean, you know, the sides ripped along the seams like tissue paper. That was one hell of an impact. But we dealt with it, thank God. Got some padding, patched up the walls, made some struts, and then, you know the rest. First, it got hot. Then it got cold. Now it's weird. All the diving. Hey, what's happening out there? Watch out! There's a lot of junk at the bottom. Come on, watch out. It's barely holding together. Yeah, I know it's murky as hell, I know. Come on, you're almost there. There are some rusty pipes there with some valves on them. I got some circulation going here so it doesn't freeze up. And listen, you watch your step. Don't touch those valves. The pipes won't hold. Hey, why am I telling you? You know that already. It's been like that for years. That's done it. The frigging pipes. That's it. Now, if we don't drain them, they'll all be frozen solid by tomorrow. Yeah, enough with the talking. You're almost there. Get through the gate. Come on. Glory! Go to the side and then make a right. I'll head to the winch. We'll go from there. There should be a piece of wood there. We used it and some padding to plug the hole. I'll lower the support strut and you cut the lines with your blowtorch. Glory! Cut the lines on both hooks on the sides. Good. Okay, it's in place. I'm turning the engine on now. You watch the stopper. Breach complete.
And so he led them, Danko, and they followed him willingly, for they believed in him. It was a difficult trek. It was dark, and at every step the yawning bog swallowed people up, and the trees were like a mighty wall, barring the way. Their branches were closely interwoven. Their roots were like snakes, reaching out in every direction, and every step these people took cost them blood and sweat. For a long time they went on, and the further they went, the thicker grew the forest, and the weaker grew their limbs. And then they began to murmur against Danko, saying that he was young and inexperienced, and had no right to bring them here. But he kept walking at their head, his spirit undaunted, his mind unclouded.
All right, it's holding tight. Now, we just gotta turn on the pumps. They're straight ahead in the next section. Last time it wouldn't pump no matter what we did. There's gotta be a blockage somewhere. There's a broken pipe up here where some debris probably fell down. If something is blocking it down there, cut it with your blowtorch.
got pressure, finally.
What are you doing?